Some people would say that this scene rests entirely on Al Pacino's performance. And while his performance is brilliant, I would disagree. The performance is a result of both Pacino and Coppola's setup work. You see, without a good setup, the actor's performance isn't connected to an audience desire. It's the setup work that engages the audience, and this gives the actor's performance leverage. The performance is brilliant because Coppola invested the audience in Michael's problem. Now, it's easy to take this setup work for granted. It's easy because to the audience, it's invisible. It's supposed to be. And making it invisible is the behind-the-scenes work of the director. That's you. That means we need to start with the script, and we need to take on the perspective of the first-time audience member. As a director, it's your job to understand what, at this point in the movie, is your audience engaged with. What's keeping them leaning forward? Now, when we look at this scene completed, we see there's really nothing fancy about it. There's a couple of wide shots, some over-the-shoulder setups, a close-up or two, bada bing, you're done. So why is this scene so powerful? Well, that is exactly what we're going to uncover in this video. I'm going to put you in the director's chair, and one by one, we're going to reveal the hidden engagement elements that make the killing Sollozzo scene so freaking powerful. So stay tuned, because I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. The concepts in this video can be used alongside this free camera blocking ebook. So get your own free copy and put these techniques to work in your next production. Click here or in the description below. It's not enough to use camera equipment to document words on the page. To direct a good story, we need to involve the audience by asking at least 4 questions. 1. What does the audience know going into the scene? 2. What don't they know going into the scene? 3. What do each of the main characters want? In other words, what outcome would be considered a successful interaction? This is also referred to as their objective. 4. What's at stake for each of these characters? In other words, how would failure affect their lives? These 4 questions are the root to forming what I'm calling the engagement thread. Now, I say thread because it's linear and it relates to time. The answers to these questions empower the director to guide what the audience is engaged with, moment by moment, scene by scene. Okay, so let's take a look at each of these 4 questions. Now, the restaurant scene is about halfway into the movie, and the question is, what does the audience know up to now? The audience knows there have been attempts to kill Michael's father, Vito Corleone. They know that Michael's a war hero, and he plans to kill Sollozzo in retaliation against the attempts on his father's life. They know the Corleone family is in way deep, and it's about to get real messy.
And bad luck for you if you don't make that deal.
Now, this isn't a complete list, but it's enough for now. At this point, the audience is also very clear about what Michael's objective is because Clemenza has given him very specific step-by-step instructions.
Then you get up and you go take a leak. Or better still, you ask for permission to go. Then when you come back, you come out blasting. And don't take any chances. 2 shots in the head apiece. Just let your hands drop to your side and let the gun slip out. Everybody will still think you got it. They're going to be staring at your face, Mike. So walk out of the place real fast, but you don't run. Don't look nobody directly in the eye, but you don't look away either.
These directions are clear to Michael, and they're also clear to the audience.
Did he tell you to drop the gun right away?
Yeah, 1,000,000 times.
The repetition acts as a play guide, and it allows the audience to anticipate and participate.
You don't forget. 2 shots apiece in the head as soon as you come out the door.
They will be watching for each predetermined step. This is one of those invisible engagement decisions that I spoke about earlier. Do you see its power? Question number 2, what the audience doesn't know. The audience doesn't know that Michael eventually becomes the next Godfather. So at this stage of the movie, it's actually believable that his character could be killed. This scene could be redesigned as a tipping point for a future chain of events to follow. Remember, we're looking at this from the perspective of the first-time audience. The audience does not know who Michael eventually becomes. That's big. The next thing that the audience doesn't know is whether or not Michael can pull this off. In the scenes leading up to this, Michael has very little to say, and what he does say does not create confidence. In the Clemenza basement scene, Michael hesitates pulling the trigger, and Clemenza says,
What's the matter, the trigger too tight?
and to that, Michael responds,
I don't know, my ears.
Now both these lines show Michael's vulnerability. It begs the audience to engage the questions, can he successfully commit cold-blooded murder? And can he actually do it without being shot himself? This is the question that we want the audience to wrestle with. We want this engagement. Now look at this scene. Everybody's eating. They know the family is about to go to war, but yet they eat. It's actually business as usual for everybody. Everybody, that is, except Michael. What's he thinking? What's the audience think he's thinking? All right, question number 3. What do each of the main characters want? What are their objectives? Now let's start with Michael. The shooting of Vito Corleone has weakened the family's position amongst the 5 families. Michael wants to reestablish the Corleone family's position by killing Sollozzo and Officer McCluskey. What does Sollozzo want? There's huge money in drug trafficking, and Sollozzo wants to leverage his position to become even more powerful. He wants access to the Corleone family politicians, cops, and judges. Sollozzo ultimately wants to convince Michael that it's in the Corleone family's best interest to fall in line with Sollozzo and allow the distribution of drugs into their world. Officer McCluskey isn't what I would consider a major player. He wants to be undisturbed as he eats the best veal in town. Question number 4. What's at stake for each of these characters? Okay, what's at stake for Michael? Well, almost everything known to the Corleone family is at stake. Up to now, Vito Corleone and the family have significant power, money, and respect.
I need Don Corleone, those politicians that you carry in your pocket. Like so many nickels and dimes.
Coppola has spent significant screen time to depict just how good they have it and how powerful this family is. The future of the family largely rests on the success or failure of Michael killing Sollozzo and McCluskey. What's at stake? Life as they know it. What's at stake for Sollozzo? Sollozzo needs to maintain his influence with the other families. His attempt to have Vito shot failed.
They hit him with 5 shots and he's still alive.
This weakens his position with the other families, so the quicker and cleaner that Sollozzo can get the Corleone family in line, the more likely his plan for power and big riches will come together. Sollozzo is not yet completely established within the 5 families. If Sollozzo fails, it probably means one or more of the families will have him killed. In this world, power must be seized quickly. Now, when the director is on mark, and Coppola definitely was, the audience is subconsciously engaged in all these questions. They understand the situation, and they know the characters well enough that they have an opinion about what will happen next and why it will happen. As the audience is fed more information, they're going to look for clues. They're going to look for clues because they want to figure out what the outcome is going to be. Will it turn out as they expect? Now, their participation becomes the engagement thread, and this thread increasingly tightens until the questions are finally answered. So with this audience engagement information in place, we're now ready to make story-motivated decisions regarding camera blocking, production design, and performance. These choices will feed the audience's desire to figure out what's going to happen next. That's how we get the audience involved. This is the invisible work of the director, and Francis Ford Coppola is a master at it. The concepts in this video can be used alongside this free camera blocking ebook. So get your own free copy and put these techniques to work in your next production. Click here or in the description below. An offer you can refuse.
Scene 2B, stairs, take 4.
These days, film and video production opportunities are abundant for directors and cinematographers who know their stuff. If you'd like to learn more about how you can begin a career, create more opportunities, or just how to make your next film your best film, click here right now. And don't forget to like and subscribe.